Hello guys and welcome to SquidgyfacePlays. Today's video is a little bit different. Instead of me doing commands and a let's play video, today's video is actually a review of this. It is the Xbox One shaders by Nightwalker Lots. Now this is I personally believe this currently, as of the 19th of February 2019, I think this is the best shader we have for the Xbox currently. So I'm going to go outside and I'm going to run you through some of the points that I feel is the best, and also going to give you a rundown of the features as it is described on the MCPDL thing. All links for this, by the way, will be down below, so go give it a check out. Go check it out and have a look at it. So the first thing that's on the list of features is realistic enhanced sky and clouds, which I think that looks awesome. There is the downside of this. It's a very small pet peeve of mine, and it's in a lot of these shaders. Is the clouds don't move. Now I understand that's a full limitation of the Xbox and the Pocket Edition in general, and the whole Bedrock edition of the game in general. But nevertheless, this looks fantastic. This honestly looks amazing. The sky looks beautiful. The sun's up in the clouds there, as you can see. Which brings us on to the second one, which is enhanced sun and moon with moon cycles. Now the sun's up there, you can't really see it properly from there, and I will show you the moon a bit later on when I have to change it to nighttime, show what this looks like in the dark. The next feature on the list is can't talk, which is enhanced water. So basically it makes it look a little bit more realistic, not from the outside but from the inside, as in it's a little bit more clearer. And yeah, I just think this looks absolutely amazing when you're underneath the water and just swimming and stuff. It says added splash particles. I don't know what that means, so I'm going to go into third person and jump in. Oh, there's actual splashes, I think. I feel like that was already in the game, but okay, they're better particles actually. They're pretty cool. I like them. So the next thing is retextured plants and leaves, which, if you look over here, you can already see they are currently moving. My phone just started going off there, I apologise. But yeah, the leaves are moving, the grass is moving, and it all looks really, really cool. And one big side of this is the crops. As you can see, the nether water's got this funky, bobbing and moving texture. The wheat seeds look fantastic. There's a very subtle move that makes it look like it's blowing in the wind, and I think that's fantastic. Of this shader, I think this is fantastic. I've seen other ones that do this, but this has done it really well. Good balance between the speed and the way it just all moves, and I really like this. And the same goes with the potatoes and the carrots. Again, the only bad thing about this I can even say is that there's not enough things on the list for it to move. Now, keep in mind, this was only released today, so I'm assuming there's going to be updates where they're adding more and more of these. Now, if you wanted to, you could add these yourself. You can add more of these to your world if you prefer. If you've got the skills, you can do that. But I think it looks really, really cool, especially when you're in a populated area of lots of leaves and what these call grass and stuff. It looks really cool, and it gives that added realism to it. And which brings me on to the next one, which is leaves will now move in the wind, which is like that. Now, finally, the last feature that it has on the MCPDL is it's made all animations short range render to make it performance friendly. Now, what that basically means is if you move away from it, far enough, it should stop moving. As you can see, the trees aren't moving, and they're no longer moving. But if you get closer to them, again, they move. So I think that's really clever, really cool way they've done it to give a nice balance between performance and graphics. I think that's really cool. By default, the fire textures do that anyway. So if you're too far away from a fire, it will just be a solid thing. I don't know why I'm moving that. You can't see what I'm on about. And for this feature, where it says made all the animations short ranged for render and all that sort of stuff, my only problem with it is, and this is the only problem I have with this, the further away you get from the crops, the worse they look. Now, I don't know what that's about. I haven't actually checked on that. I don't know why that's like that. But apart from that, that's the only bad point of it. Like, there's more good than bad with this. And finally, I think I think I need to grab some water lilies from the creative menu. So get some lily pads, right? Okay, so the only other thing that I found a bad thing with is the lily pads move, but the problem is they're black and white. Now, I don't know what that's about. I don't know why they're black and white. I don't know if I've got a conflict in texture here, because I do have a custom... oh, press the wrong button. If I go to my settings, I do have a custom resource pack on for Squidgy Labs, and also the texture update pack for Minecraft. But I have added this to the very top, so it doesn't... So this basically overrides any textures in here. So I don't know what that one's about. I might need to look into that. Might need to message the creator of this, maybe give them a quick tweet, see what they say. But if that's the only downside, I could fix that easily just by going into the settings. If that's the only problem, like I could just change the textures of that quite easily. But actually, that's quite weird. How does that even move? I don't get how that moves. Oh, it's like when you look at it like that. Okay, but yeah. That's this. Oh, actually, I will show you what it looks like, obviously, nighttime as well. But let me go down into the cave just to show you that lighting is perfectly fine. Like, I've seen a lot of these where when you're in a darker area and you've got a torch, it makes things like an orangey tinge. And I don't like that. I think that's really bad. And I've not found a texture, a shader pack that I was willing to use until now. Like, I'm actually willing to use this shader because I think it's fantastic. And as you can see, the sun is going down. It looks really realistic. It looks like there's actually a sunset on the game. Now, the way they've done the sun as well and the moon, they've kept it like as realistic as possible without taking away from the game. So they haven't added like just superimposed a real picture of the sun or a real picture of the moon. It's full. They fully made that themselves. If I quickly switch over to that side of the screen, we should be seeing the moon come up. And again, the moon, really realistic. Well, as much as you can get in, obviously, pixels like this. But yeah, I think this looks really cool. It looks a lot better than the default moon and the default sun anyway. But yeah, that's pretty much... Oh, there's a phantom up there. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video. Go check out the download for this on MCPDL, and don't forget it's Xbox One shader by Nightwalker Lots. That's pretty much everything for this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and I will see you all again in the next one. Bye. Oh, it's waving.